Okay, let's do this fucking shit.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Really do appreciate that. What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Sitting Ringside. This is episode number 211. As always, I am Robert
211. We
Villa.
need to do a 21 gun salute. Oh no, 211. Never mind.
200.
That was way off.
God. As always, I am Robert Villa, and with me, David Rodriguez, Mark Ambu Miller, and Rudy Lara. How's it going, fellas?
Not too bad. How are you?
Hey,
it's Thursday.
You know what, man? It's another Thursday night hanging out with the boys. Yeah, man. Hey, Rudy.
So how's it hanging, Roberto?
Short shriveled it to the side.
What are you gonna say?
Can you throw the live link onto my profile, please?
The live link onto your profile.
The live stream.
Sure.
Por favor.
Did it not stream on your?
Mm-mm.
All right.
Sweet. All right, guys. Before we get started, let's go ahead and give our quick shout out to HKA USA. Go to hkusa.com. They support Fight Book MMA, support a lot of fighters. So go and show your support to them as well. Also to our streaming partners, Trailer TV, Flow Combat, ESPN Plus, DAZN, and MMA TV. And a quick shout out to all the promotions that we work with. Y'all know who you are. And if you guys don't know who we work with, go to our website, fightbookmma.com, and you'll be able to see who we partner with. All right. If you want to get some good supplements, go to foxhoundfuel.com. Go to Foxhound Fuel or click the QR code and use our discount code FBMMA for 20% off all your purchases. I use them. I like them. Good guys that run this company. Go check them out. Fellas, if you want to wear some comfortable underwear, go to my friend's website, John Tyler Brand Underwear. Click that QR code or go to his website. Better to click the QR code. You get some good underwear. Use our discount code for 20% off. Fight Book in all caps. Yeah, buddy. And Rudy, who else do we got, man?
We got our sponsor, Shell Shock CBD. Visit shellshockcbd.com for all your CBD needs. Use code FBMMA for an additional 10% off. And just like we always talk about every week, our favorite product from there is a CBD lube. It's not what you think, folks. It really works. It's amazing.
Top notch.
It's top notch. And this is our highest product seller. It's flying off the shelves. It's something you want. Trust me. It's for the ladies. Use that as an excuse.
Right on. Guys, we have a... Oh, wait. Also, if you want to show your support, go to our Fight Book MMA merch. Click that QR code. We got some good stuff. Nice shirts, nice hats. And if it's not there, just let me know. Or let one of us know, and we'll make it happen. And if you want to buy us a cup of coffee, show your support and click that QR code and give a little small donation. We really do appreciate that.
A cup of coffee or a Happy Dad or one of those Prime UFC
or a Happy Meal.
Yeah.
I'll take a Happy Meal.
Yeah. I'll take a poutine.
Oh, shit. Guys, we have a badass show tonight. We're going to be talking about UFC Fight Night that's happening this weekend. And also, we have UFC fighter Julio Arce. He's coming off a badass win that happened 3 weeks ago. We're going to talk to him on what's the plan for his future. Is he going to stay at 45? Who is he going to call out next? And see what's up with Mr. Arce. Before we get to Julio, let's go ahead and give a quick rundown of the events that are happening this weekend in the MMA, kickboxing, grappling, Muay Thai category. Tomorrow, LFA 182, McKee versus Hernandez. Also on Saturday, live on Fightbook MMA, we have Muay Thai League 10 World Series MMA and Fusion Fight League, Tyler Kaiser versus William Dunkel. And of course, we have UFC on ESPN 55. Our boy, friend of the show, friend of Fightbook MMA, Mateo Nicolau versus Perez. In the boxing, bare knuckle slap fighting category. Live on DAZN. In Fresno, California, we have Jose Ramirez versus Rense Bartholomew. This is a 12-rounder in the junior welterweight. And live again on DAZN in Liverpool, England. This is going to be a title fight. Beatriz Ferreira versus Yanina del Carmen Lescano.
Damn. And those names keep coming, folks. Roberto can go all night.
I can. This is going to be for the IBF Vacant Women's Lightweight title.
Wait a minute. Did you just say the Bacon Championship?
The Bacon.
That's what I heard.
Bro.
Bacon.
It's the Bacon Championship.
I think he meant vacant.
There's no bacon.
You heard bacon, didn't you, Mark?
No, what? I heard bacon. I'm not a fan of bacon titles. That's all I got to say.
All right.
I heard bacon, and I'm not a fan of them.
You're not a fan of bacon?
I'm a fan of bacon. I love bacon. Are you kidding me?
Oh, okay.
Bacon rules.
You're Canadian. You have to.
Of course.
Oh, jeez. Well, guys, David, what do we say after I mention all these fights, bro?
First of all, if you're not wearing one of those UFC hats that Rudy's got on, you got that Alex Pereira shirt, UFC 300 Prime in your hand, but best believe you better be watching.
UFC belt. You got a UFC belt, UFC Prime drink, UFC hat, UFC swag. I don't know, man.
But need not forget, better be watching every single second of every round, every fight of every event that Rob just mentioned, and going to fightbookmma.com for all your latest combat sports news, live results around the clock. Always.
If you're not doing that shit, not a real fight fan, folks. And you got to do the Fuck It Friday challenge. If you're not doing the Fuck It Friday challenge, definitely not a real fight fan.
Nope, you're a jabroni.
A jabroni.
A jabroni.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, our guest is joining us now.
Yeah, buddy, let's fucking go. Ladies and gentlemen, we have UFC fighter, badass, Mr. Julio Arce. What's up, bro?
Guys? What's happening?
What's going on, dude?
Man?
You know,
bro,
just teaching classes, finishing the night here at my school.
Hell yeah, man. That's awesome. Bro, thank you so much, man. We're good, bro. We're good. Just hanging out, man. That's all we do at our podcast every Thursday night. We hang out, talk shit, and talk about fights.
What else? What's better? What's better than doing that? That's the way to do it.
Yes, sir. Mr. Julio, you're coming out of a badass win. Talk about it. Talk about that win, man. How do you feel? I know it's been 3 weeks, but you know, during the post-fight prep.
Let's take a look at it real quick.
Okay, yeah. Let's take.
Big shots. That's it. Back in a big way.
calling knockout in round 2.
Knockout in round number 2.
Yeah, but dude, I tell you what, there was like the amount of relief after that fight. It was it was going through like, but I was supposed to fight Cody Garbrandt way back, and I tore my ACL. So then, of course, you got to get surgery. You're on the shelf. So as you're coming back, that was the last fight of my contract. So we're negotiating for a new one to keep going. So the last fight of your contract, the expectations, will my knee hold up? Like what's going to be the outcome, and the layoff itself. So it's like when you really look at it, I'm like, man, there was, and I think just also, I was dealing with like my own personal things. I had a close family member. My dad, he's dealing with stage 4 cancer, so working through that, and it's like it's like in your mind starts getting like sometimes your mind starts racing, but it's like you got to draw it all in. It's like, all right, we got to lock in and just go.
Yeah, man. I mean, when I heard what you said during the post-fight press conference, I was like, how do you deal with all that pressure, and with what's going on with your family, the mental aspect of your knee, because I went through that. I had knee surgery, so it just messes with you for training and running and lifting weights and stuff like that. So. I I personally didn't see any things going on with you during your fight. You were pretty much just dialed in and ready to do work.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's amazing what a person can do when you're going through stuff like that.
Yeah, when like the knee was a major one, because also look, people, it's not the fight that hurts people, it's during the fight camp, it's making it to the fight itself, because during the fight camp, there's going to be injuries here and there, and things happen, and then look, if you want to fight, you don't want to have to pull out of a fight when you've already gone so much into it. There's like working around it. In my case, it was, I made sure I had the right team around me, and they felt like that I was losing a little bit of like focus, they dialed me back in. They're like, okay, I always gotta give a shout out, because Dr. Chris Ahmad from Columbia University, he's the one that did the surgery for my knee. So shout out to him. And then shout out to Dr. Brian at Edge Pro PT, because the moment I came out of surgery, like right away next to, they're like, okay, you're in here. And he was making sure that I was, like, within the week, I was walking, I was doing everything I had to do. And we did all the PT that we had to do to, make sure that I was able to come back to fighting. So always a big shout out to him, the people at Edge Pro PT in Paramus, New Jersey, and the TNT strength and conditioning area. Like they hooked it up and they made it happen, and they made the recovery easy, and especially through fight camp, they made sure they stayed on top of it, and I stayed on top. I was super disciplined about it, and the knee held up great. And look, I left this fight no injuries, no nothing. So hopefully trying to get back in there soon.
I know you said that this was your last
Yeah, and
fight of the
Julio too.
contract. Oh, go ahead, David.
Yeah, and I would say, Julio, yeah, not only were you coming back from a major knee injury, you had a canceled fight, which I know that fight excited you a lot. I really would have liked to seen that fight play out, but you drew Herbert Burns, but you were also rolling the dice, like Rob said, last fight in your contract. I heard in a recent interview that, like, you're just, you're going in there to fight, win or lose, and you're going to deal with it, but you ended up coming out on top. Fighting somewhat of your backyard to Atlantic City, got to be an exciting feeling, getting it done, getting that win, and in the fashion that you did.
It's really, it's kind of, how's it go? It's like it's just back to where I started everything. Back to, like, it brought me back to the ring combat days, traveling to City, New Jersey on a Thursday to make weight and fight on Friday night. Then they're like, and then after you weigh in, they're like, have some Hooters wings. So it's hysterical. But yeah, it was just, I'm like, wow, the irony is like did our last fight on our contract where we started fighting to begin with, which was pretty cool. So that was great because I was, Ring of Combat alumni. I started with Lou Neglia for the longest time, and
Mm-hmm.
that's where I did most of my fights, and like one fight at the FFC, but everything was just Ring of Combat all the way through.
And what's been your favorite fight so far in your career?
Honestly, in my career, my favorite fight was when I fought Shaman Marias. Although I didn't win, it was just one of those fights where, like, it was just back and forth. It was split decision, and it was just bloody as hell. I got knocked down twice. The first round, like, I got knocked down. I got up. I got his back, almost choked him out. Second round, he dropped me. He bloodied me up. Third round is like we just came back. We were just like pouring it on, and it's just the fact that like where it was like I left my blood all over the canvas in Atlantic in Madison Square Garden, and they actually have a picture of me fighting him, all like with like a mask full of blood in Madison Square Garden. So I can actually say that, which is pretty cool. It was one of my favorite fights.
I mean, you fought the who's who, bro. I mean, I think like one of your first fights was Dan Ige.
Yeah,
Dan
man.
Ige, you took him out. You took Julian Erosa out. You took out a
Yeah.
lot of dudes that people didn't expect you to
Man,
win.
I feel like everyone just expect me to be like the underdog or just get my ass kicked because I'm the little guy. But man, I'm here
And
to
I think
fight.
you were a dog. You started off as a favorite, and then you ended up as a slight underdog going into this fight. And I was like, what the fuck? Herbert Burns, he's toast. You went in there and smoked his ass.
That's the whole point, man. I was like, especially watching his past fights and knowing that when things don't start going your way, that he starts to really fade. I'm like, we're gonna bank on that, and that was the first thing. First round, I'm like, I'm just gonna stop your takedowns, stop your takedowns. Took that away, and then I'm like, all right, we're going off now.
Who are some of
Yeah,
your
has
idols
there
coming
been
up in the sport?
Say that again. Yes. Say that again.
Who are some of your idols coming up in the sport?
I'll tell you what. I'm always just respectful of just everyone who fights in general because it's of course, you got the Diaz brothers and you got all these guys who were just going to wars like Robbie Lawler, who's oh man, it's like his iconic fights. Um, of course, I was Chuck Liddell, Tito Ortiz days, BJ Penn, all these guys coming up, but as I grow, as you start to like grow into the sport, you're like, damn, you gotta. Doesn't matter who it is. Doesn't matter who it is, like currently now or before. You gotta give all these fighters respect because every chance they fight, every time they fight, you're like, you're doing what less than 1% of the world does. And that's like be able to face the unknown and put yourself in such a vulnerable position because it's like you can win the fight and feel like you feel like a god, but then like you can lose the fight and then feel like a joke. And the fact that you put yourself there, it's like you got to respect it because very few are willing to do that. So my hat's off to
Yeah,
all the fighters out there,
some
especially
dudes
like
crack under that kind of pressure, man.
yeah, especially like a lot of my a lot of my teammates like Lyman, Mike Trezano, Jimmy Rivera, Shane, especially Shane, who's had some iconic fights in there, and like I give them all the respect. Like these guys go in there and like I have some of my teammates who were fighting bare knuckle boxing in May 11th. I'm like, Jesus, man, that's crazy.
Yeah, bare
Would
knuckles.
you
That's crazy
would
stuff,
you
man.
would you do that? Would you do that, Julio?
Nah, honestly, like if I like once I pay a done brand, I'm like nah. Like I honestly like if it gets to like the money, I'm like nah. It's bare knuckles like where I draw a line. I'm like I give them respect. That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, no, we talked about
It is a
earlier.
crazy sport.
Like if I'm gonna do that, I might as well just do boxing, just straight up boxing.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, we talked about earlier about that was your last fight on the contract. Has there been any talks about re up with the UFC, or would you remain at 145? Or I know UFC newer cards kind of building up. Would that be kind of a quick turnaround, or would you be ready for a backup fight there, or just a fight presented to you at that UFC 302, I believe, in New York?
You know what? I do like we're in talks. My manager's talking to them, and they're in contact. And I want to stay in the UFC. I know they leaked the newer card. So I think that card is full, but I know they have a fight night in Tampa, which is in
Hmm.
July, which I wouldn't mind. I'll be like, all right, y'all fight in Tampa. That's fine. Go to Florida for a bit. But if
Yeah.
it presents itself, I'll do a quick turnaround. If not, like I said, I've just been training still because no injuries. Take advantage now. I mean, I was out for a year. I got to make up for lost time. So,
Mm-hmm.
like, let's do it.
So, what do you think of UFC 300?
Dude, actually, I thought it was amazing. It was freaking amazing. The fact that
Hmm.
everything ended the way it ended, like like the prelims were all just straight up bangers. Even the fights that went to a decision, and like they were all great because you're learning something from like everyone was just so smart in what they did, and then you go into the main card and you're like, Jesus Christ, like you had the Charles Oliveira, and like I've like that should have been a 5 rounder to me.
Hell yeah.
Like that would have been a banger for a 5 rounder.
Oh yeah, it would have.
Then yeah, of course, the legendary knockout by Max Holloway. I'm like, you just could not freaking write it better. Then even the Wei Lee fight, that was just odd. I thought she was out the first round after that choke, and I was like, what is going on here? And
Oh,
she was
dude,
back,
she was out.
He was out.
She was out.
she was out, but I don't know. I don't know what happened there. And then I feel like she took the quickest nap ever, and like she was out, like woke up, and she's like, yo, I'm ready to go again. And she put on a great fight. And then of course, Alex Pereira freaking just he's like,
Mm.
hold on, Dean. Don't worry about that groin kick. Boom! Just freaking uppercuts him into the other next country, man.
It was like a different kind of energy for this event. I know you fought on a lot of big events, but I can't imagine being able to fight on this event, UFC 300. That was wild, man.
That was insane, man.
Hey,
And
Yeah.
they,
Would you?
I think what put a fire under all those fighters was those 300K
300K.
bonus.
Yeah,
Hell yeah,
for
dude.
sure.
They wanted to show out, man. They wanted to put on a show and show Dana, you know what? I deserve the 300K. And
Well,
Max
let's see what
Holloway comes out with 600K, bro.
600K plus whatever he made on top of
Yeah,
that. Good for him.
exactly.
You know what?
He
If anybody
deserves it.
deserves it, is that dude. That dude,
Oh
like
yeah.
Hell yeah.
I remember meeting him when I first made my UFC debut. I was at like we're in Boston. I was at the mall, and all of a sudden, like we were at a super dry store, and he stood next to me, and I was like, "Holy crap, you're Max Holloway!" We like walked around the mall for like a little bit for like two or three stores, and we are just chatting. I'm like, "Dude, it's like the coolest dude ever." Like a chillest freaking guy, so respectful, so humble, man. It's a person like that you want to see like really just come out on top the way that he did. So I was super happy for him. I mean, you couldn't have write it better. Last second left, knocks him flat.
Mm.
But you couldn't
Yeah.
help but
Would
feel
you?
for Justin Gaethje. I mean, everybody.
Yeah.
I felt bad. I felt happy, but then I was like, "Oh shit! I hope he's
Right?
okay."
Like it sucks for him. Like look, I'm
Yeah.
sure he got paid from that, but it sucks for him because now it's like the title picture
Yep.
puts him like in a like it gives him he has to take a step back. But I mean, think about it. If Dustin lost his fight and won one fight, he knocked out Dustin Poirier. Then Dustin won a fight. Now he's getting a title fight. Listen, let's see what happens with Gage. I think he still has a shot. So so it sucks for like it kind of puts him at like I wouldn't say it's a back to the drawing board, but it puts
Kind
people
of
at
does.
Yeah.
yeah.
Would you? Would you think of another guy that moved up to 45 and pretty much dominated up in your area? Aljo against Calvin Cater.
Oh, he fought a
Yeah.
freaking smart fight. Look,
Yeah.
dude, Cater's no joke, man, and he's like, I was like, why he's gonna? And I get everyone's like hyped up because like it's knockout, finish. So people get spoiled. People get spoiled. But honestly, then he came out and he's like, why am I gonna take damage and get freaking hit by this dude? Let me just grapple and take him down. And he exposed the grappling and wrestling defense of Cater, and Cater had no answer. So, like, my hat's off to him. He played a smart game, and now he can fight again soon as quickly as he can. And
Yeah.
think about it this way: he beat a top ranked guy, so now that puts him in like the high rank. Because I don't know where Cater was. I don't know if he was 5 or 6.
I believe he
He
was
was up
6.
there.
Yeah, so now he's up there. Now he can actually be like, it just drew a quicker shot to the title for him now. You know what I mean? And now he can probably fight. And I know he was calling out who's the Russian cat.
Ortega. He was calling out Brian
Evloev
Ortega, which I
Ortega
Malzar.
love
and
that.
and I keep messing up.
Evloev
Ebola,
Malzar.
yeah. So look, let's see what happens. I mean, look, and I'm sure if he beats any of those guys, it's a shot at the title for him. So good on him, man. I know they always give him a lot of shit, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
they do.
you
Have you
kind
ever
of
had any?
yeah.
Have you ever had any cross training with Aljo or the Longo camp up there?
Oh man, this is like probably like not even really with them, but I know like a couple like the Long Island schools like way back when we were amateurs, so like almost turning pro, which is kind of like what makes it pretty exciting because like we all came up through kind of the same circuit and the same like regional scene, and to be like, you know what, good. It's like we all started here. Now we're all in the UFC. We're all at high levels. So good on them, man. Good on these people. And like freaking anybody could have been like, you know what, this is not for me. But
Hmm.
we all
Mm.
stuck it out, man. All the New York and
Oh
New
yeah.
Jersey people stuck it out.
So I want to know: is there anyone in particular you want to fight?
So I was looking for Nathaniel Wood because he's a former
Mm.
35er that went up, but he's fighting Daniel Pineda. So
Mhm.
he's fighting him in the UK. I even said like I don't mind traveling to like new to the UK to fight, but since he's already booked, it's kind of whoever they have available next. So first, like first I just want to get this new contract and then be like, okay, let's fight in Tampa. I have no problem. July, turn around
Hell
and
yeah!
keep it still in the U.S.
I want to see you back in there, man.
Yeah, man, I can't wait. That's why
Hell
I'm
yeah,
staying in
dude.
shape, staying training. Like no days off. Like I'm in another fight camp.
Hell yeah.
Where do you see yourself in 2 years?
In 2 years, I mean, I think about it this way, like within the next year, let's see how the rest of the fight career goes, and then just I have my own Tiger Showman school here in Bayside, Queens. I got great people that help me run this place and help me keep this place crushing every single month. So just kind of enjoying life, man. You know what? I
Hell
realized
yeah.
that I realized that like as we're getting older, it's like somebody said it's like you just want to enjoy the peace and quiet. Like everything's so
Yep.
rowdy outside.
Yeah.
Just so much shit happening. I'm like, I just want to be at peace, man, with just great people around me, chilling, no stress, no nothing. And you know what? I gotta say, like I'm fortunate enough to have that, and I dig that. So little by little, and then just
Awesome.
take a couple of trips.
Yeah. I'm with you with that, man. I'm 46, and I was having this conversation with so I'm a full time. I work in the healthcare. I'm a medical assistant, and
Hmm.
I was talking to one of my patients, and he's like, time's starting to fly faster the older you get.
It
So
is
it's you should now start realizing that you need to take time to just slow down and enjoy the day that you have when you wake up. Don't
exact.
stress, forget about the problems, just deal with what you get that day and make it the best day that you can. And if you wake up the next day, make it even better.
Yeah,
That's my
that's
wrong.
it. Yeah, man. Like that's true. It's true. Like, look, I get to actually just wake up and like I'm doing. I'm like living my dream. Like, look, I have my own martial arts school. It's very successful. I made it to the highest level that people are still trying to get into. Like I gotta say, man, it's freaking. Like you put in that work, and then like the good shit's gonna come in on its own. That's it.
Hmm.
Yeah, take no shortcuts.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
Has
All right,
anyone ever
Julio.
I
confused you for any other fighters, man?
What's up? Can you say that again?
Has anyone ever confused you for any other UFC fighter?
Oh man, if you only man, some people say I'm Dan Ige. Some people said I was Rob Font. Some people said I was Yair Rodriguez.
I didn't want
One
to
time
say
I was
that.
one time my teammate Mike Trezano, he was doing the Ultimate Fighter finale. I flew out to Vegas, and this kid walks up to me. He's like, "Oh my god!" He's like, "It's really you." And I'm like, "Oh, I'm like, this is pretty cool." Like I only had like 2 fights. So I'm like, nobody knows me. And I'm like, "Oh, cool." Somebody knows. He's like, "Oh my god, Dad is Rob Font." So he hands me a picture of Rob Font, and I'm just like, "Fuck it, I'll sign it anyway." I'm not gonna tell him.
That's hilarious, dude.
Somebody did once confuse me after my MSG fight. My eyes were really swollen, and they go like, "Oh my God, you're Kevin Lee," and I'm like, after he knocked down like Braggart, they're like, "Oh my God, it's Kevin Lee. That was a great knock," and I'm like, "Oh, thanks, that's great."
Kevin Lee.
Yeah, I've
Oh
always
my God.
thought that. I was like, man, Julio looks like a bunch of other fighters, man. Everybody that you just named is everything I've ever thought.
I'm just gonna have to go bald and shave my beard.
Yeah, then you're gonna look like Volkanovski.
Oh my God, no!
They're gonna go, "Hey, Volk, I want a picture with you, champ."
I'll be like,
that's
"What's
too
up?
far.
Let's go."
The Yair Rodriguez one kills me, bro.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a
So
good
I got to
question.
ask you too. I got to ask you too, Julio, about the. I mean, it's going to happen. We know Marab's going to get that shot against Sean O'Malley.
Yeah.
Who do you got in that fight?
Honestly, I've known Marab for such a long time. And he's like like such a freaking nice dude. Like I want Marab to win. I know that I know it's rough, but I want Marab to win. I
I
hope
want Marab to win.
he gets his shot and just like he's paid his dues. Dudes, I mean, what's he on 10 fight win streak, something like that?
Yep.
Just fucking great. Yeah,
He's
just
due.
yeah, man.
Yeah, they would have probably given him the shot had he agreed to fight his boy Aljo, which is what Dana was trying to do. And he had to wait. He had injuries. Looked the best he's ever been last time out, and he earned it the hard way, and he's proven it. So I think O'Malley was speaking about he doesn't want to fight overseas, so it may in fact be lined up for who knows Tampa or bring it back to Vegas. So hopefully, if you're on a card in Vegas, and catch up with you in Vegas, we can do
I'd be
some
down
content
for
there
that.
and
That'd be great.
catch up with you there. Yeah.
Yeah, man, dude. I'd be totally down for that. I'd be totally
Hell
down.
yeah. All right, Julio. Let's. I'm gonna go off a little bit off topic here. Let's talk about Julio Arce,
Mm-hmm.
the young kid growing up. What kind of kid were you, man? Were you a troublemaker? Were you a good kid? Good grades, or were you out there just
Listen,
going, making trouble?
look, as a young kid, I was a fat kid. I love food. Second thing, school grades. Listen, I was not the best person in school. Look, at school just was not for me. Like, I passed my classes, but it's like, as like you're like, all right, you just barely made it. But honestly, I was just when I was really young, like I was skinny. Then I came to live in New York. I got fat. I wonder how that works. Yeah.
Food.
Yeah.
It's all the good food, man.
All the good food. I'm thinking I'm like, nah, I can eat whatever the fuck I want. And then I just started training like at age of 12, and I was just locked in. Like I chose to give up other stuff to just be like, yo, I want to learn how to fight somebody, how to strangle somebody, like hone these skills where it's like, you know what? You guys can go out party, like that's always gonna be there. I'm gonna go strangle my partner over there, and we're gonna go freaking fight to and it's honestly the best thing I could have done because it just kept me locked in, and I can't really say like I caused trouble, and feels good, man. It feels good. The sacrifice was worth
That's
it.
good. That's good,
Yeah.
man. That's amazing. So if you could tell your younger self what you know now, man, what would you tell him?
If I could tell them what I don't know, what they don't know,
Or what you do know?
oh, dude, if I told my younger self, like, dude, He's like, I would have told him start earlier, not way later. Start even earlier. So I started at 12, going to 13. I'm like, dude, you should start when you're a little kid, and just like imagine like that time, the amount of experience that I would have more. It's been would have been ridiculous. So, but stay locked in, man. Enjoy life. That's it. Live your dreams
Hell
out.
yeah.
That's
Hell
it.
yeah. Do you so do you believe in like the paranormal or UFOs or anything like that?
Ah, dude, it's a hit or miss. Sometimes you make you question it. Sometimes you go down the rabbit hole. Sometimes just like, let me take a break. And then sometimes you just get drawn back in. Just like I heard that.
Yeah. Have you experienced anything like that?
No, but I have a lot of teammates that go down those rabbit holes, and then they try to convince me, and then I just listen. I'm just like, huh, interesting, and then they kind of get me to go into it, and I'm just like, oh, all right, I kind of partially believe it, but then sometimes like, no, no.
Well, that's what I do, man. I take fighters to these haunted locations, and I interview them there at these ghost towns or abandoned places, man. I'm gonna yeah, dude, and it's so freaking amazing, bro. I'm gonna send you a link after we're done with our show of one that I did with UFC vet Isaac Valley Flag.
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
yeah, and you're gonna see what I captured, and it is what it is. I even went and did a Bigfoot hunt with a MMA referee. So
Mm,
I'll send you that one too. And
that'd be
I don't know
great.
if yeah,
Send it to me. Send it to me.
it's pretty
That'd be
fun, dude.
great.
It's fun.
Yeah.
One day, bro. One day, if I ever go to
One day.
Vegas, I'm gonna
One
take
day.
I'm gonna take you to one of these abandoned places out there, and we're gonna do an interview.
Whoa, hey.
That's like it's like
Wow. That
it's
escalated
like
real quick.
pause.
We're just be like,
It's
no,
like
I'm gonna
it's
wear
like
body cams.
I'm gonna come in like strapped and just like ready to kill something.
I know, right?
But
Oh, fuck. You guys got anything else for Julio?
No,
What's your favorite martial
looking
arts
forward.
movie? I'm sorry, David.
I
Oh
think
no,
which one?
go ahead,
Martial arts
go
movie? Dude, martial
go
arts
ahead.
movie. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. But it's like I grew up. Of course, you watch like the Bruce Lee movies. Some of like the old style Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, like all these things like that. The old Mortal Kombat movies, even though they're just like completely like exaggerated as crazy. It's like it's. I grew up like watching Power Rangers when I was little. Like it was the best.
Nice. Nice. Oh man. Right on. Well, Julio, um, thank you very much, man, for jumping on.
Of
It's a
course.
huge honor to have you on, man. I mean, I know there's a lot of UFC fighters out there. They're like, I don't want to get on a podcast or whatever. But it's fun hanging out with us, man. It's just one of those things that we just love to do. So really do appreciate it.
Of
And you
course.
know what, man, we're gonna keep your dad in our thoughts and prayers, man.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, for sure,
Yep.
man. We hope that he beats this, and that way he can continue watching you beat some ass on TV, man.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
for sure, bro.
Yep.
Before we let you go, man, any shout outs you want to give to anybody, any sponsors, whoever you want to give a shout out, man, give a shout out to.
Nah, man, just everybody who supports the journey and they're part of it. I just appreciate everybody. My team, always Tiger Showmans, all the people that just been part of my journey in my life, my family, and you guys they don't know who they are, but
Oh yeah.
gotta love them all. That's it.
Right on, brother. Well, I know David lives out in Vegas, so if you ever fight in
So
Vegas, man, y'all need to link up and do a quick 10-minute interview and
Absolutely.
hell yeah, man.
yeah, we'll do
And if I ever
we'll
go to
do it.
Vegas, bro, or where
Ghost
wherever
hunt.
you're at, we're gonna go some ghost hunting.
You got it. You got it.
All right, brother. Have a
All
good
right,
night,
guys.
man.
Have a good night,
All right.
guys. Pleasure.
Later,
Thanks.
Peace
Julio.
out.
Thank you.
All right,
Julio Arce.
guys. Julio Arce. Rudy
awesome.
had to reboot his system, but as we all know, we can
I
still
got that
go live
knockout.
without the
I got
Rudy.
that perfect on my typology for that fight of his too. That finish. I think that was perfect on my typology that night.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, I think we all picked Julio to win.
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
Have
so
they did they cut Herbert Burns? Wasn't he on? I thought I seen something. He's been removed, right, from the UFC
I think
roster
he's been
since then?
removed. Yeah, I think he got
Yeah.
I think
removed.
so.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, but good on Julio though. Like we were talking, he was rolling the dice, and I mean that guy's been in there and mixed it up with some of the best. In his career, I mean, you gotta take them opportunities, and like he had that Cody Garbrandt fight that got canceled. I mean, he fought a guy like Song Yadong. Like the guy's got some names on his resume, and hopefully UFC gets something for him booked, and hope it's in Vegas. But if it's in Tampa, I think he's originally born in Miami, so I know why he wants to go back down. It's sort of home away from home. So
For sure.
shout out
Hell
to
yeah,
Julio
man.
though. That was a
Yeah,
great
shout out Julio.
having him on. Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. Well, we don't have Rudy to do our little fancy, transition here, but let's
No, we
do a little
will.
bit.
Before we get to that outside the cage news, we
Yeah.
gotta talk about Ryan King Garcia.
Okay,
Bro.
Coach El Garcia, De La Hoya,
Bro.
Coach El Garcia is a mythological creature, fellas. Okay,
Everybody counted out Ryan Garcia. Everybody
Including me.
thought that this guy was not gonna do a damn thing.
And I'm a fan of Garcia, but I counted him out. So I'll admit I was wrong.
Yeah, it's oh man. I mean, a lot of people were just counting out Ryan, and with good reason. You know, I mean, it's all the shit that he was posting, all the weird shit. It was just. I don't know if it was a front to get into Haney's head, or I don't know, but what a fucking performance he put on that night. It was a totally different Ryan Garcia, man.
Yeah, no, he put the eyes on boxing, with that win. And I think last week I said, there's a good chance Haney would go in there and do some work, but it would be a good thing for boxing with Garcia winning. But the way he won, and I mean, Haney's never been put down. I mean, he put him down several times. The whole lead up and stuff he did, whether it was planned or whatever he was doing, it worked. And the dude cashed in on, what is he, 25 years old? He's truly the king, Ryan King Garcia, man, and sets up a rematch with Tank Davis. They're more than likely going to book that fight. So make it whatever without the rehydration clause and stuff like that. Like that's a huge fight, and it's happening in Vegas too. Make it happen. Yeah.
I mean, right? I mean, make it happen. Let's get the Fight Book MMA in those arenas now that you're in Vegas, and yeah, man, it's dude. I mean, look what Rudy put. That right there is like a totally different Ryan Garcia that we have seen leading up to this fight.
Amazing stuff.
3 knockdowns, bro, and these knockdowns weren't just like little knockdowns, it was.
Do you know Ryan Garcia's dad is Joe Pesci?
There he is, right there.
He's right there, dude. Ryan Garcia's dad is Joe Pesci.
He's Nicky Santoro. That's his dad.
Santoro.
Tommy D. Fucking Goodfellas.
But along the lines of the money generated for this, I mean, it's even bigger. Every time Ryan Garcia fights, I mean, he made $50 million in this fight. Devin Haney,
plus the $12 million that he made betting off himself.
That's
minus
right.
So $1.5 million that he gave to Haney for missing weight. So that's quite a bit.
But one guy,
Ryan Garcia, bro. Hats off to Ryan Garcia, man. He pulled it off.
Yeah,
that was one of the most exciting boxing matches that I've seen in a long time. Pretty much all the boxing crap that we've been seeing is Jake Paul or Ngannou getting his dumb ass knocked out. But yeah, bro, that was fun, dude. It was a fun fight. I fucking loved it, dude. Ryan Garcia, he acted crazy, built up the hype. I people say he was just messing around. I don't think so. I think he's legit crazy, but crazy's not bad. Crazy's good.
No,
Crazy's
always a
good.
bad thing.
I think boxing needs people like Ryan Garcia. I mean, like I mentioned, he's 25 years old. I mean, the guy's pretty much, he's not in his prime, but like the big money fights of boxing, there's very
Not in
few
his
of them. Like
prime.
we always reference we'll forever reference the Ngannou catastrophe that they had in Dubai. Like those aren't the I mean, yeah, people are going to be tuning in to watch Ryan Garcia. I don't care if you're a true boxing aficionado or just a casual whatever follower. Like when Ryan Garcia fights, you will watch, and you prove that.
Oh, for sure.
And
That was a
another,
good fight.
somebody that was very unhappy with the money generated from it was a man named Mark Hunt. Rudy, I don't know if you have his Twitter rant, but it's kind of necessary. Like, I mean, geez, do you have it queued up, Rudy? What he said?
No, I'll pull it up. Mark
well, he
Hunt.
went on
He's talking shit.
Yeah, he's
Mark
talking
Hunt.
shit to Dana White in reference to like the fighter pay and that whole deal, and referencing the date of May 8th. But yeah, if you could pull up the tweet or. But yeah, it's Mark Hunt. We know Mark Hunt is been battling the UFC for what 10 years now, right? Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
knew
okay,
that.
yeah. I see it here.
He was part of the crew that got
That big
that
lawsuit,
money, from the
yeah, of
lawsuit.
course,
So.
yeah.
When you are called
There.
by the Almighty, you better grab the cross because only God knows where you are going. May 8th is the unsealing for you, dumbass little thief, Dana White, and all those involved in the civil RICO contraventions. Here's my filing for the unsealing. Huh.
Yeah, there's also
UFC
one that he
listeners
posted.
recommendations.
Yeah, there's one where he put, "This is why you'll be fired, you bitch, Dana White. There has never been one MMA fighter to make this kind of money for a fight. Filthy degenerate swine. May 8th is the date. People will see your corruption and all the filth you had to conspire with you. Civil RICO." So
There's only three comments on that. It's only been retweeted like 14 times. What the hell? You think it'd have
A
more?
lot of people are pissed off at him and the other fighters, man.
I'm gonna retweet it and like it. Just because I like it doesn't mean I agree with it. It's just I want more people to see it.
Yeah.
I like people. I like seeing people beef online.
Yeah, I know you do.
Fun.
oh man,
I like throwing logs in that fire.
Oh, of course you do, Rudy. It's super necessary, though. It is. On a topic like that, I mean, yeah, it's fighter pay, and like I've been an advocate for fighter pay for many years, and I mean,
Bro,
shoot, like
I've
we're
been
talking
with
about
you on that too, man.
yeah. So, but yeah, that was a pretty big. Well, the event itself wasn't great. We said like nobody remembers who boxed underneath Brian Garcia and Haney last week. We just remember the main event, and it happened kind of late too, right? Because it was in Brooklyn, so you had to be a real fight fan, and you had to be a real fight fan to even be up to watch that shit too.
I watched the entire event. It started at like 4:30 my time, and it didn't end until like 1 a.m.
Yeah.
So I watched every fight, every single second, every single round, every single event that night. I think I watched a bunch of events that night. Yeah, bro. But that last weekend that was cool, man. Really good shit.
Yeah. Well, you were still a real fight fan when there wasn't UFC around. Like, you are a real fight fan.
Watch something.
Yeah, we still watch the fight.
No, I had UFC. I had UFC Fight Pass playing on the other TV.
Exactly.
Just in the background. I got it in every TV, bro. Every room, even the bathrooms, I have a TV with UFC Fight Pass playing.
Of course,
or you have a
fight fan shit.
And then like a backup tablet or a Chromebook with Roadhouse just on cue. You just hit play.
You're damn right, bro.
Oh
yeah. So,
Roadhouse.
But it's that time, though. It's that time.
Let's go, Rudy.
Time for that.
Cage News.
I want to start out outside the cage news with some fight bookings. I know Mark had mentioned there was your boy Mike Mallet was booked yesterday, right? Against Gilbert Urbina, UFC July 13th event. I believe that's a fight night. I don't know if that's the Tampa fight night. That might be it on July 13th. One fight that I'm super excited about. It's definitely like the UFC is putting a lot of stock behind this Nursultan Ruzabov against Joaquin Buckley in UFC St. Louis. I
Tough
think
matchup.
I think Buckley's in trouble, man. But like, I mean, straight up, like he should have maybe got the main event, but this goes to show you that, like, I mean, somebody's going to get derailed here. And man, I like Joaquin Buckley, man. Anytime he's fought, like, I know what Kevin Holland knocked him out like early in his career, and then
I'm rooting
since then
for
he's
him.
kind of, it's a tough fight. I mean, Ruzabov is, I'm very high on that guy. He's kind of like a low key, you know what I mean? He's one of those guys from what do you call it, Kazakhstan, or where's he from? Like, all those guys are undefeated, and the guy has like 37
He's from
fights
something
under his belt.
stand. He's one of those
Yeah.
gob dogs from the something stand.
Yeah, and you can't pick against them. That's my rule of thumb. You never pick against mobs, gobs, Slavs, ovs, and dobs. So
from something stands.
Yeah. Legit booking there. And I think Dominic Reyes against Dustin Jacoby. Pretty dangerous matchup for Dominic Reyes there, right? Like,
dude, Dominic Reyes is gonna get smoked.
I mean, he was
slip time.
Pink slipper, you're right there, man.
Yep.
It's acquaintance.
Yeah. UFC 302, they added Sumadarji is out actually. Taitsu Tara, your boy Rudy, he will be fighting Josh Van. Kind of a low key banger there.
Easy money.
Yeah. Well, Tyra, you've never been impressed with him, but Josh Van, that might be a low key fight of the night that comes out of nowhere right there. So
probably.
What did Arce said that Nathaniel Wood? Okay, it was just announced. Nathaniel Wood and Daniel Pineda is on UFC 304. So I think that's as far out as they're booked as far as like the numbered shows. Because UFC 304 is the Manchester card.
Mm-hmm.
So Nathaniel Wood
starts at 3 a.m.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it caters to our people.
The main event starts at 3 a.m. Right?
Yeah.
The actual event started at 3 a.m. their time.
I think the actual event.
Right? Really?
I thought the actual event starts at 3. Me too.
Yeah, there's
what about this event where they Colby
Yeah.
Covington, Ian Gary is not going to happen anymore. It's
Jamal Hill and Khalil. Yeah, what do you guys think about that booking? I mean,
I don't like this fight at all for Hill.
I like it.
It's a bad turnaround.
For Khalil?
No, for Hill.
Hill.
Yeah. But that's all right.
Khalil Roundtree, if Khalil Roundtree comes back and fights Jamal Hill as a Muay Thai fighter, oh dude,
I've never been a fan of Hill, but I've always respected his power because he puts people to sleep when he's doing what he does. But I don't know, man. Yeah. After that injury and coming back from a loss like that, either this going to be make it or break it, bro. If he doesn't do something and finish big in this next fight, I don't know, man. I don't think he'll ever get back to that.
Nah.
To that level again. And I was
kind
of surprised to see him even get that shot to fight Glover the way he did. You know what I mean? And he took it and ran with it, won the belt.
Yep.
I know a lot. He shocked a lot of people. Shocked me, man. But I've always respected the dude. The way he fights, but never really liked. He's kind of weird, dude.
Yeah, because I mean, coming back.
The prelims are going to start at 6 p.m. Eastern time, 11 p.m. Manchester time, and the main card at 10 p.m. Eastern, 3 a.m. BST time. So so you're right, Rudy. The main card starts at
bastard time.
Bastard time.
3 a.m. Bastard time.
You know what that means, though. You know what that ultimately means, right? In real fight fan talk is. Doesn't matter what time it is. You got to be watching every single second of every round because you got to be a real fight fan.
Yep. Hey, Roberto, that reminds me. Is there one fights tomorrow morning?
Not that I know of. I don't think so. Let me see.
I need my fix, man.
I know, me too, bro.
And did y'all see that Machida accepted Rocco's Carlo?
Ooh, I like it.
Oh, that's another thing. I watched was the karate combat, and I was
Joe
gonna say
Schilling.
Perry beat
Yeah.
Joe Schilling. He knocked his ass out, bro. That was a good fight. It was fun.
And calls out Machida. Machida's
Yep.
gonna knock him out though, because it's a
Yes.
bit, in an MMA fight, I would take Rockhold in an MMA fight, but in a karate, I'm taking Machida. I'm sorry.
Bro,
We do have a one championship tomorrow. It's one Friday fight 60. Let's fucking go.
You know, I'm hoping they promote the Perry Rockhold and Machida fight is Cobra Kai versus Miyagi Do.
Right?
Bro, that would be fucking amazing.
Or have them come out on the next season of Cobra Kai. Is that even a thing still?
Yeah, there's still one more season left.
Yep.
One more season left,
and that's it.
Damn.
Yep.
One more season, and they're gonna
Sounds
have
like you're a
spin-offs
real
and
fight
movie.
fan, Mark.
Spin-offs
Fake
and then a
fight
movie.
fan.
Rudy.
Yeah, the movie comes out, I think, next year, or is
Yeah,
it
they're
this
gonna
year?
redo Karate Kid movies. They're gonna redo them with the current cast of
Right.
the Cobra Kai movies. Shows, I mean, sorry.
Rudy, can you cue up the Nick Diaz recent training footage?
Oh yeah.
That's for a grappling match versus GSP or a boxing match versus Logan or Jake at some point. Guaranteed.
Well, I don't think he could do either or. I think he's got the ironclad UFC lockdown contract. So unless he's got to fight somebody. I mean, yeah, like this. Here we go.
Around. We're going.
Look at him go. Look at him go. I like shoes.
Right?
Keep working. 1 minute left.
Keep working.
1 minute left in the round.
He looks a lot better than he did the last time he came out. Remember, we were just saying, man, how many cheeseburgers has he eaten?
Keep working, champ. Keep working. 1 minute left in the round.
He didn't look like a triathlete the last time around, man. He looked like he's just been knocking back beers and came off the couch.
You have the footage of him hitting the bag.
I don't know. This is off Ross
Yeah,
Marquis.
Yeah, I seen some footage of him hitting the bag and looking very Nick Diaz-esque. So, like you said, last time he fought, I mean, I think he had a major neck operation. So, of course, that'll, you know what I mean? Because Nick Diaz, he didn't fight for 4 or 5 years. He usually doesn't fight like every 4 or 5 years. But who would be somebody that he does end up fighting? Like, I think he probably fights by the end of the year.
Which weight class?
170. I mean, 185, 170.
Gilbert Burns?
No.
Dude, if he fights Gilbert Burns, I don't know.
Honestly,
I like to see.
I mean, Gil is a little bit bigger than he is.
Yeah, I'd like to see, honestly, the way it could play out. If I'm going to throw it out there. Our boy Tim Means is fighting Saturday. Tim comes out unscathed. Get the Tim Means and Nick Diaz fight somehow booked before,
That'd be a banger.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind that
Bro,
one.
we need to get Tim Means on the show and have him call him out.
Yep.
Yeah, well, I think we've asked him about that, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm totally down." Like, I mean, who would not want to watch that fight? Like,
I mean,
I was telling Rui earlier.
We have
talked
to him about that.
Yeah, because I mean, people like I was listening to Tim Means' press conference or like the media day, and like the comments, people are like really talking shit. It's like, if you're not a fan of Tim Means, like, just get the fuck out of here. Like, you gotta be kidding me. You're definitely not a real fight fan.
Nope,
you're not.
Not a real fight fan. You're a punk ass.
So,
You're a punk ass bitch.
You're a jabroni.
But I think I have a feeling though, Nick Diaz will somehow get booked. That's why I'm saying I'm kind of thinking like who would be possible opponents. So, but speaking of possible opponents, UFC Manchester, we're waiting on Aspinall's opponent, and John motherfucking Jones is back, ladies and gentlemen, back in the gym
right.
as of yesterday. So
back.
John Jones, he is back in the gym, slamming cheeseburgers.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, it doesn't mean he's fighting. He's just back, because I mean, last we heard of him, he was ready to like shoot one of the drug testing people, right? So
Yeah, allegedly he assaulted the drug testing people. And
Are we
it was
still-
crazy, bro. How quick these media outlets were quick to report that and run with it and say, yeah, he did this, and we got statements from these people, and we know everything. And then he comes out with like, what are you talking about? I have video, like my video footage from my surveillance cameras, and it made them look all stupid. Made all of them look stupid.
They gave each other hugs and high fives. Like, dude,
like we got him. He's the Black Trump.
Oh my!
I could just totally. I could totally. What do you call it? I could picture John Jones sitting in like a throne with mounds of cocaine, like Tony Montana, watching cameras, and he's like, "Who the fuck are these people?" You know what I mean?
Honestly, like, Trump Jones 2024, bro. Imagine that shit. It's over.
Yeah.
It's over. It's all over Putin. It's all over Putin.
You got my vote. You got my vote.
Fuck, you got my vote. I can't even vote in your country, but you got my vote. Fuck it.
But you got what do you call? Speaking of drug testing, I don't know if you guys seen the list. I had briefly seen it, and it's like really random fighters that you never think. But
drug testing list,
very top of the list, Conor Roadhouse McGregor, the #1 tested athlete according to the new UFC.
I love that tested there.
Yeah, is that Rudy? Is that believable? Tell me, is that true? I mean,
it's 100% believable. I mean, does it bear shit in the woods? They didn't say what they tested him with or what they tested on. They're like, yeah, we took a sample out of the banana Conor was eating. We can do that, right? And it was actually the peel. It was the peel.
Right.
We're looking for residues. We're looking for picograms residues on the banana peel. Picograms.
Or maybe or maybe they honestly they like to go drug test him or so. There's like, all right, we're gonna get like a free case of Proper 12 and Irish Stout, and they get like some cash or something. I don't know.
You think they do it? They do it on purpose to elicit some kind of outrageous response from them.
Probably, yeah.
I bet you they probably put like 40s and an 8-ball of Coke on his doorway, and then rang the bell.
And then they run like hell.
And they see him reaching for it, and they gotcha.
They gotcha.
I would want to wring your neck too. I threaten your ass too.
Right.
No, I think you got the fighter wrong. They don't do that to Conor. They do that to John Jones.
Oh yeah, right? yeah. I'm still on John Jones, bro. I can't get him out of my mind.
So I don't know. That's definitely pyramid material right there. Because like Conor McGregor being the most tested athlete so far, like that's about as pyramid as you can get in the scheme of MMA drug testing, right? Like,
they want to make sure he's clean when he comes back. They want to just make sure there's no fuck ups when he comes back.
No hanky panky.
No.
Who's making sure though?
No,
I don't know who's making sure.
I don't know anymore. Who's doing the testing now? Because USADA's gone, aren't they?
You know what? I heard that Lyoto Machida was doing all the testing.
Oh my god!
He likes to drink pee.
I remember that. He drank his own piss.
That's a good joke, right? That's a good joke. Hey, everybody's been wondering who's doing the new USADA testing since USADA's out, and great news. Ex-champion Lyoto Machida, he's testing all, and he volunteered to do it for free, folks.
Oh my god!
He does it for the health benefit. You're getting healthy fighters' piss, and you drink it.
Yeah,
we're saving money.
It's a win-win.
If it tastes funny, you don't pass.
Right? If he doesn't like the way it tastes, he'll fail. You fail.
If it's sour,
If it's sour.
Yeah, because I mean, they're saving money either way. They're like, just send Machida. Yeah, that will save us some cash. So,
right? No airfare, no nothing. Just send Machida. He can do it.
Machida will drink anything.
That's nasty.
But before we get to some non-fight related outside the cage news, I don't know if you guys read that the Cain Velasquez trial is supposed to start in September. Of course, the murder trial, the attempted murder or so. So free Kane all the way. Fuck that dude.
Free
you know what I
Kane.
mean? So
Free
Bro, you know, I was yelling that outside and people got mad at me.
Oh,
They thought I was saying free canes, you know, like the chicken strips. Nah, man.
shit. Those are
free
good.
cane. I was walking around with a sign and like, yeah, free canes. They came back and like, dude, I thought you said there was free canes. I got in trouble.
Oh.
Yeah.
People shot at me.
You got ran over by the old folks because they wanted the canes.
They wanted the free canes.
Yeah. That's no joke, you know. Don't do that again.
No. I won't.
But now on to some non-fight related outside the cage news. I don't know if you have the articles queued up, Rudy, but strange news, and it happens to be in Florida. A golden retriever was born.
Where Joey's at. Joey, before we get started, Joey's tangy.
What's up, Joey? But Joey, in Florida, we got lime green golden retrievers being born. So
dog in Florida born with lime green fur and named Shamrock goes viral.
Wow.
Look at that. Look at that little green dog. While Kermit the Frog once said it's not easy being green, a Florida puppy born with green fur has experienced internet stardom due to her unique, albeit temporary, coloring. The puppy, appropriately named Shamrock, was born on March 3rd and was already dressed and ready for St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, what an article.
Wow, that's amazing, bro. I mean, they totally got me with the, albeit temporary coloring. Why was it temporary?
Something, what's the cause of it has to be something within like the parent or the other, because it's something, but it'll eventually like be the normal color. It's just it'd be cool if it remained. Yeah, there's something to it though. I forget what it.
I think it has to do with Prince Harry. Like, why do people even care about this dude? Look at this guy. He looks Canadian.
Man.
So what else do we got here? We got
Joey says that they had an MMA fighter wrestle a gator in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Holy shit, gator wrestling. That might be a thing. Where's JT Tilly at when you need him?
We're talking about Florida authorities wrangling a huge alligator at an Air Force base, and everything always happens in Florida. Look at this.
Yeah, this is the one that was blocking the airplane for several hours. It's the same one. Yeah.
Look at these people, man.
Damn. Wow.
Well, hell no.
Where's Joey? Where's Joey when they need him?
I know Joey could just pick. He could pick that alligator up.
Just pick him up by his neck and just throw him out to the swamp.
Yeah.
Man, bro, it'd be awesome. Well, not awesome, but it'd be crazy to see like if he just grabbed that lady's leg and just started mashing on her.
Doing the roll, the gator roll.
The gator roll, damn.
They end up like chubs.
What else we got on tap, dude? Drunk vultures, too drunk to fly. Intoxicated vultures rescued in Connecticut, fed food for a hangover. What the hell? How did they know they were even drunk? Did they pull them over? I don't know, but 2 vultures rescued in Connecticut were believed to be dying. Turns out they were just drunk. What? The 2 vultures, nicknamed the dynamic duo, were found unable to balance or stand. They were literally drunk, unable to balance. Okay. They ran every test, and in the end, they were too drunk to fly. So how did they determine they were drunk? Did they test them for alcohol?
USADA came and tested them.
It was right? It was Leota Machida.
Machida tested them.
Machida's everywhere, dude.
Vulture piss.
Yeah, they tested those vultures more than Conor McGregor, right? Like,
let's see here. They day early for the eclipse by dumpster diving and getting themselves into something that was fermented enough to cause severe intoxication. That's funny, dude.
Man, who would have thought? I mean, what's cooler story though? The cussing crows at a zoo in England or the drunken vultures? What do you guys?
Drunken
think?
vultures, dude, all day.
Drunken vultures all day.
Well, supposedly there's that they found hundreds of black spiders spotted in mysterious Inca city on Mars in new satellite photos.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know about that
Interesting.
one.
Yeah.
Me neither, man. That's kind
But
weird.
no, there's one more topic too that's super interesting. I think it was just today that I read about it. There's an active volcano in Antarctica, and it spews out gold, like six
Oh
thousand
yeah.
dollars worth of gold. Yeah, like I don't know if you have that article, but who knew? Like, yeah, in Antarctica, like they hide all kinds of crazy
Well, it's
shit down there.
Antarctica,
But
right? Where no one can go, pretty much.
Bro,
Everyone's
I'm
dead,
getting
yeah,
a round trip ticket to Antarctica and give me some
right?
gold.
Let's go.
Antarctica volcano spits $6,000 worth in gold every day. An active volcano in Antarctica is shooting $6,000 in gold dust into the air every single day, NASA's Earth Observatory revealed last week. The volcano on Mount Erebus spits pockets of gas containing 80 grams of crystallized gold daily, it said.
Wow.
How would you catch it, and how do they know? You know what? I think this is the main contributor to global warming and climate change. So I think we need to
Road trip.
we need to
Road trip.
bomb Antarctica.
And
Wow.
take all their gold.
That's what we
I
do.
love
We're American.
gold.
Get all their gold before we bomb them.
Yeah, we're gonna
Yeah.
go and we're gonna go and liberate Antarctica. Okay, that's what we're gonna go do.
yeah, it's near
What's
the
the
ice
post-
wall too.
Are you
So
guys doing for
Yeah.
liberation?
Yep.
No,
We're gonna do some liberating, man.
let's go.
yeah, well, if it's
The
all
sitting
about
ring-
seeing
the
the
sitting ringside crew's gonna go get some gold.
Right?
yeah, if it's anywhere close to the ice wall, you just got to be careful because like you'll fall off into space and shit.
Yeah,
so you gotta be
you
real
will.
careful,
If
so.
you hit the ice wall, it's over. You're gonna fall right off the flat Earth, guaranteed.
But there's green pastures and like little sections, so you gotta like watch out because like one step to the left, you're off, you're falling into to the galaxies, and the other step is green pastures. So you just never know. Nobody can
That or
tell you
you're-
that I'm wrong. You know.
So
Yeah.
here's another article. Police. Remember, I talked to you about the cicadas coming out the other day,
Yeah.
or last
Oh.
show. So police forced to issue public announcements after residents complained of weird siren whine and roar. So apparently, thousands of people were calling the sheriff's department, not knowing what this noise was, and it was just cicadas.
Oh my god.
Like, bro, how dumb are people?
Oh
They
man,
were
it's getting
calling
bad.
they were calling and complaining to the cops about the noise. Like, what do you want us to do?
Shoot
Imagine
'em?
being the 911 operator. Like, this is an emergency. Is this an emergency? Yeah, I don't know what it is. What the
Man.
fuck? People are weird, bro.
Right?
Would
And
you call
dumb.
the cops over cicadas?
No.
No.
I'll just leave them alone.
Canadians, right?
They're gonna be
Am I
they're
right?
gonna be dead the next day anyway.
We're not in Canada.
Nah, they will be.
Oh well.
Well, supposedly a scientist said that he has evidence that we live in a simulation.
No,
Oh, yeah.
well,
Fix the simulation because I hate mine. Fuck.
We're in the
goddamn.
Matrix, bro. We live in the Matrix.
Matrix. Fuck.
Yeah.
here we got some another weird story right here. New Zealand, a ram killed by police after elderly couple found dead in paddock at their home near Auckland. Look at this guy, dude. He looks freaking mean.
You're
A ram
so
believed to be
guilty.
responsible for killing an elderly couple has been shot dead by New Zealand police. What the fuck? The pair in the
Yeah.
80s were found dead by their son in a paddock attached to their home in Waitakere, rural West Auckland, the New Zealand Herald reported. Check this out. He had grown concerned after not hearing from them in the morning. The family spokesperson said police attended the scene at 7:30 local time and confirmed the ram was in the paddock at the time of her visit. The country's force said in a statement, another party at the scene suffered a minor injury after being attacked by this ram. It added that the officers were confronted and approached by the ram. After assessing the situation, they shot the ram dead.
Jesus.
What kind of fucking story is
Savages,
that,
bro?
They don't even know if they killed those people.
Hey,
I mean,
but of all things, though, for a ram to kill people, because out in Australia, New Zealand, like any little bug that bites you, like you're probably dead.
you want to know the real
anything.
story on this? It sounds weird, trust me, I know. But what happened was these people were running drugs and running guns into the country to start a revolution. So the cops found out about it and they caught wind. They didn't want anybody cutting in on their turf. So they're like, fuck it. We need to pin this murder on somebody. It's like, hey, there's a fucking goat outside. Let's use a fucking goat. So that's when they concocted the whole idea. They killed the people, made it look like the goat did it, said that the goat turned on them, and they shot the goat.
Yeah.
All to cover up their tracks.
And
Joey
those
says
pyramids.
the ram gave 0 fucks.
And the ram, I mean, geez, I feel bad for him.
Raise the pyramids, and that should conclude Outside the Cage News.
Yeah. Joey wants us to watch a clip. Rudy, I put the link in the chat if you want to pull it up.
What is
it? Oh man, Joey's sending clips now, man.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw this Florida man versus the alligator. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull this up real quick. Still wouldn't do that shit.
Bro.
Anybody got the type?
Oh, Jesus.
Better put it on. That's Jason Statham.
That's Conor
Jason
McGregor,
Statham,
dude.
bro. That was Jason
That's Conor McGregor.
He's taking it back to the Roadhouse.
Yeah, that's fucking Roadhouse right there for sure.
Roadhouse sequel.
Man, things that happen in Florida. We'll have to have Joey.
Dude,
that might just be a little segment of the show. Is just things that happen in Florida. Joey.
Yeah, no shit. You could just do a show called "Things That Happen in Florida."
Hey, if it hasn't been done yet, Joey, I just gave you the idea. You guys got to make it happen.
Joey. Make it exactly.
All right. So UFC Fight Night.
Yeah, buddy.
Nicolau versus Perez. What do you guys think of the poster, the fight poster? I like it. I think it's
I don't know. I see Buckley right now. There we go.
I think it's dope. I'm giving this one an 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. It's an 8. Our buddy Nicolau's fighting. I can't wait for that fight, man. This is an early start too. I think it starts at 4 in the evening Eastern time.
I'll tell you right now, this event starts at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. That is 4 p.m. Eastern.
Hey, but it doesn't matter. We shouldn't even mention times anymore because if you're not watching every single second of every round with Bud Light in hand and a UFC 300 or the hardcore or the BMF belt on one shoulder and the main belt on one. Yeah, that's. I mean, shit. Bucket Friday challenge and all. You guys know the rules, so it don't matter what.
Prime energy drink.
Swag, but the poster, you gotta have it all. The poster is a solid 6.3.
That's good.
That's good. I'm giving it an 8.
And it's on ESPN. Broadcast that prelims.
I would have given
ESPN too.
I would have given it a 9 if Manel Cop was on it. So that's who was supposed to be fighting.
Yeah.
That guy needs to really, he's got just a curse upon him or something. You know what I mean? He just cannot. This is a big fight. I mean, it's a huge, a main event slot, and just something happened. I mean, something always happens when it's Manal Cop versus X fighter. It doesn't matter who the fuck it is. So.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get started on the prelims, Rudy.
Starting off with the pink slipper, more than likely for Gabriel Mogli Benitez against Mahashite and.
Mahashite bed.
My shit, eh? My shit, eh?
Mama Hashita bed.
Mama, I can't pick a
bro. Any of these two fighters that lose, they're getting the pink slip
for sure.
Mogli Benitez has been proven a gicta when I've picked him. You guys know what happened, so I'm not picking him obviously here. But yeah, if he loses, for sure he's he's ranked 127th at lightweight. I mean, don't really care, but I'm going against Benitez. Shit, he's probably gonna win by first round KO or something. You know what I mean? Just because I'm picking against him. So
yeah, this is a good fight. Mahashate's minus 200 favorite, plus 170 underdog for Gabriel Benitez. 2-fight win-loss for Mahashate. He came in looking good off the Contender Series, beat our boy Steve Garcia with a weird, KO, whatever. And then he lost to Rafa Garcia and Slava Claus. I don't know, man. This is. I think it's a tough fight for Mahashate. He hasn't really shown me much. He's a banger, but I think Gabriel Benitez could possibly win a decision here. I'm gonna go with Benitez decision.
Benitez.
I'm going with a dog, man.
Benitez decision.
I got Machete.
Machete.
And moving on, we have women's flyweight action. Ivana Petrovic, who made her debut and lots of hype behind her. I picked her. Said, let me down against Na Liang. I'm going to pick her again here. Please don't let me down, Petrovic.
No, she won't.
Petrovic, bro. She's going to win this fight easy.
Yeah, she's a minus 500 favorite. Lost her last fight against Luana Carolina. Na Liang has not done anything in the UFC but lose.
Yep.
I mean, she was a submission machine, but that's against lesser competition. She, like I said, hasn't won a fight in the UFC. It's 3 inches smaller. She's a smaller woman here. I think Petrovic's going to have her way. Probably get a finish, but I'm going to go on safe side and just get a decision because most of the fights end up in decision.
Yep.
It's gonna be a sandwich fight for me, I think. And
bro, and look at this shit. Sandwich. Look at this next fight, bro. James Lontop versus Chris Padilla, and Chris Padilla looks like the killer from the movie Ghost. Look at that shit, bro. Look at that shit. Look at this. Tell me he doesn't look like that. Tell me he doesn't look like the killer from Ghost. You know what? He's coming in. He's coming in on short notice. 3-fight win streak. This is his UFC debut against a guy who's just coming off. Yeah, coming off the Contender Series. Yeah, they're both debuting. Minus 450 heavy favorite for James Lontop. Chris Padilla. I don't know, man. I don't know much about this guy, but he's a plus 340 underdog coming in. This is going to be a tough fight for him. I don't think he's going to win this fight.
Yeah, because I think Lontop was supposed to fight Lando Venata, and I don't know why Lando pulled out. Like the last time I seen Lando, I think he worked
because he's a little
Isaac. He worked with Isaac Valley Flag at their company or something like that. So
the roofing.
But both guys are debuting, so I'm low key putting a little stamp on this fight as like a low key fight of the night material here with both these guys.
Lontop decision.
Yeah, I'm going Padilla. I'm gonna go Padilla. I'm gonna go for
Oh, dude. You're gonna go for Patrick Swayze's killer.
Wow.
This
fucking so uncalled for.
Dude, don't you know Patrick Swayze died, bro? Because of this guy?
Yeah.
And pancreatic cancer, but still.
Well, he's probably rolling in his grave seeing the Roadhouse shit show that came out, you know what I mean? But that's another story. But moving on to prelims. Strawweight action, Caitlin Souza versus Marnik Mann, and I mean I guess Souza's probably the favorite.
The sandwich is going to win in this fight.
Sandwich fight of the night. Caitlin Souza minus 345 favorite going up against Marnik Mann, who's probably got the worst nickname in UFC history, the Sawed Off Savage. What the fuck? Plus 275 underdog. I hope she loses just for that nickname. But I don't think she's gonna win, dude. I think I got Souza by decision.
Yeah.
And speaking of pink slips, here we go. Yeah. Heavyweight action. Dontel Mays against Kyle Machado, and I thought
high as fuck in that picture.
Well, I don't know how he's still in the UFC, but it's heavyweight. I
don't either.
And
he needs to go home.
Honestly. But yeah, Kyle Machado, what is he like? He's an absolute like first round finishing machine too. So if this fight goes out of the first round, absolute sandwich. But I can't pick Dontel Mays. No way. No
I'm
problem.
picking Dontel Mays. He's fought some of the tougher guys in the UFC. Chao Machado. I was high on him when he fought his last fight, but against Mick Parkin, I think that's Aspinall's training partner, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, decision.
He looked horrible, bro. He looked horrible. Once you get him past that first round, I mean, he had his moments in every round. Don't get me wrong, but you could see him gas, dude. And someone like Dontel Mays, he's just going to grab a hold of you, man. He's going to grab a hold of you, and if you want to swing and bang, he can put your lights out too. He's a longer, taller fighter. I don't know. I think it's a bad matchup for our boy Chao Machado. So I'm going for Don Tamale Mays to win by decision.
Yeah, I think a fun fact too of the night is I think Machado once had a fizzled or canceled bout with our boy Randy McCarty a while back. So.
Yeah. And anybody with the nickname Bigfoot, you know they're going to go to sleep eventually. Over and over again. Repeatedly.
That was mean.
Wow. Moving on to prelims.
Go in retirement and come back.
Yeah, he'd probably go into bare knuckle or something pretty soon. I mean, shit, Jesus. But men's lightweight action, Austin Hubbard against Mikhail Figlak, and these guys are so far out in the rankings, like it's unbelievable. So
yeah,
I'm gonna flip a coin, and I'm making a sandwich before this fight for sure.
Yeah, dude, it's gonna be. I don't know. I'm not excited about this fight. Austin Hubbard's plus 130 underdog, minus 155 favorite for Figlak, Michael Figlak. They're both coming off a loss. I think Hubbard made his second debut to the UFC and lost to Kurt Hollabaugh. And Figlak lost his UFC debut to Fire Zayam. I think everybody on this undercard has lost. I don't think
they're coming off losses.
Except for the two new guys coming in.
So that means not really a good card on deck.
No.
But you never know. It could be just card of the year. Let's not underestimate, But
and Figlak was just a decision machine in Cage Warriors. Going up against a guy like Austin Hubbard, he's fought some big names in the UFC. I think he's got more experience. I think experience wins this fight for Austin Hubbard. I'm going to go again with a dog. I think there's a lot of potential to win some money on this event, going with some dogs tonight.
Put $1 on Hubbard.
What are the chances are like, Hubbard. I mean, we're coming off UFC 300. What are the chances that like this particular fight night where, like I said, don't underestimate it, where it's like every fight is like a doctor's stoppage and just like bloodbaths all the way through, and it outdoes UFC 300.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Nothing will outdo UFC 300.
Not if there's like 5.
Be outdone.
Yeah. Wow.
We need a fight like our boy that we saw, David.
Oh, Steve Garcia's fight.
Steve Garcia Steve Garcia against what's his name?
Our buddy, the sheriff.
The sheriff, yeah.
I forget his name.
I can't remember his name. Yeah.
But moving on to prelims, lightweight action. I really like this matchup. I've had a good track record of picking Ronnie Yaya's fights well. Victor Henry, not so much, but I like this matchup. Ronnie Yaya, we know what he does. If he gets a hold of Henry, gets the takedowns, he wins via some type of submission. That's just what he does. But Victor Henry, man, I cannot pick his fights right. I don't think I've ever picked one of his fights correct. So I am going with Ronnie Yaya.
I'm going Ronnie Yaya, bro. I mean, I like Victor Henry. He's a minus 500 heavy favorite, plus 380 underdog. And most of that plus 380 underdog is because of Ronnie Yaya's age. A lot of people forget that he's a motherfucker, dude. And against going a guy against like Victor Henry, most of his fights are ending up in decision. He's got hands. He can do some shit, but Ronnie Yaya, I think he can take what Victor Henry has to dish out and get this guy on the ground and make it a long night. I'm going to Ronnie Yaya decision, another underdog. I don't know, man. I like Victor Henry, but I just don't think. I mean, look, he took Tony Gravely, dude, who's not in the UFC anymore. You know, our buddy Tony Gravely, he took him to a split decision, and people said he was going to run over him, dude, and he didn't.
Yeah.
Rafael Asunciao, another older guy, took him to decision and beat him. You know, I don't know. I think it's a bad matchup for Henry, but whatever, dude. Good luck.
Yeah, I think Yaya though. Some type of submission. Could be late. It could be first round, but it's at some point he does get a finish.
I'm telling you, bro. There's money to be made this event.
Yeah. Moving on, kicking off the main. Very proper. Kicking off the main card. Tim the Dirty Bird Means against Eros Medic, and yeah, man, it's Tim the Dirty Bird Means. And if you guys listen to his media day and his presser, like Tim just goes in there. You know, get in the fight. It's business for Tim. You know what I mean? So Tim's a family man, but he represents. You know what I mean? I'd never ever picked against Tim Means, and I'm not going to start today, of course. You know, but Eros Medic, he doesn't take a step back. He brings it. He's fought. You know, I mean, his last couple fights, like he is dangerous in that first couple rounds. So, but Tim's a dog. He could drag it out. You know, make it a, you know, the toughest fighter Eros Medic is at. I mean, 9-2. Tim Means is this is like his 51st fight.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, Tim Means is a plus 250 underdog. Won his last fight against Andre Fiallo, who everybody thought was going to beat him. Going against Uros Medic, another guy I was really high on when he came into the UFC, and I don't know, he just kind of fizzled out, bro. He lost his last fight to oral by submission neck crank. He's a minus 310 favorite. Again, Tim Means a plus 250 underdog. I'm going with Tim Means. I think he's got better hands. Bro. I think he's better on the ground. Uros Medic can't do anything on the ground. But I think Tim Means hands down has way better boxing than Uros Medic. And I think he's gonna piece him up, bro. Take him down, club and sub.
Sub.
But no knock to Eros Medic's last oral buy. Like that's another straight killer too. So he's coming off
they've got him a bunch of killers, dude.
Yeah, but facing Tim, man, Tim's just a veteran, the dog, like you said, Rudy. So I could easily see Tim getting some takedowns, and just he's been in there just with some of the best in the world for many years, and always excited to see the man Tim Dirty Bird Means go in there and do work, and hopefully he gets a bonus too, because he was asking about to keep that energy strong within 300,000 bonuses.
Keep that energy, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so if it's anybody that deserves a bonus, like just an overall bonus every time, it's the OG Tim Dirty Bird Means. So yeah, looking forward to seeing him out there. Moving on the main card, Jonathan Pierce, who I also can't pick his fights correctly, against David Onama. This is kind of low key fight of the night material right here too, right, Rudy?
Another dog, bro. Minus 180 favorite. Jonathan Pierce, slight favorite. David Onama plus 150 underdog. Pierce lost his last fight to Joe Anderson. Burrito before that, decision. Darren Elkins. He's good,
man.
He
beat Darren Elkins, right?
Yeah, it was a decision. Decision.
Yeah.
And Dave Onama won his last fight against Gabriel Santos with an uppercut. I think Dave Onama has better hands. He's powerful. And I think he's going to catch Jonathan Pierce coming in. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a tough night, bro. I think he's going to finish Jonathan Pierce.
Dude, that uppercut that he landed against Gabriel Santos.
I'm telling you, bro, this is a heavy dog night. A heavy dog night.
It is.
Yeah, because David Onama and what Landwehr's fight was like runner-up for fight of the year, right? So he always brings it. Pierce, any man that could take Darren Elkins to a decision and win, yeah, that's, you know what I mean? It's a tough matchup here. I like the fight. I like where it's placed on the card too as well. It's deserving of the main card. So.
Bro, I mean, just look at, I'm going through the list of all my picks. A $5 bet, $25,000. And last week, the last event, I almost hit like 10 grand, dude. Just one bet, missed it. Every time I'm always like one away, because I do these crazy parlays, man, where I bet on all the fights and try to get it perfect every time. I just change the bet slips up a little bit, but $5, I mean, 25 grand, imagine. If it hits, holy crap, dude. Holy crap.
You're buying me a BMF belt.
Hell yeah, I'll buy all of you BMF belts.
Yeah.
Moving on the main card, heavyweight action. Jonata
Oh,
Denise
dude.
versus Austin Lane, and somebody is getting knocked the
Oh
fuck
yeah, we
out,
got
and it's
violence
Austin
incoming in
Lane.
this one.
Yeah, I think it's Austin Lane, dude.
Austin Lane is going to
Austin's
get
getting
his
knocked out.
block destroyed, bro.
I think he got exposed by Justin Tafa in that last fight, and I don't know. And he was coming off the Contender Series, fought Tafa, unintentional eye poke, and then he lost.
And Jonata Denise's fights are all first round finishes too. So this is like a tailor made matchup where they're like, okay, well, it's going to be an exciting fight. It's heavyweights on a main card. So matchmaking got it right here because Austin Lane's not going to. I mean, he's going to throw until he's out or his opponent's out. That's just the way it goes.
Minus 230 favorite. I'm not going with a dog on this one. 6-0, Jonata Denise by second round KO. I think Austin Lane can probably hold him off for a round, but yeah, if that.
I don't think so. I'm with Mark. First round KO, right?
Second round KO.
2 first rounds, two second rounds. All right.
How many eye pokes?
Maybe
2.
1 or 2. Yeah, 2 max.
2 eye pokes in the nut shot.
Yeah, there might be some low blow. I wouldn't doubt it if it happens. Like fight starts out with like a fucking crazy blatant low blow, but it is what it is. So, next up we have Karini Silva against Ariane Lipski, and man, I love Ariane Lipski.
Me too,
like,
man.
It's a bad matchup though, because Karini Silva, this is a fight to showcase her as like the next contender at 125. I knew she'd put herself in this position. Her past performances have proved that, but Ariane Lipski is going to get taken down, and unless she can keep the fight on the feet, I mean, Silva's pretty dangerous there too. But this is Silva's coming out party for everybody to see that she is next, and maybe a fight away from the title.
Yeah, man.
Bro, all her fight wins have been nothing but submission wins, man.
Yep. Yeah, she's 155 favorite plus 130 underdog for Ariane Lipski. I like Ariane Lipski's hands, but on the ground, Karini Silva is gonna destroy her. And like you said, on the feet, she's no slouch either, dude. I think she's gonna win this via submission, probably second or third round. I don't think it'll be a first round. She's gonna feel her out and then, do her thing, get going in the second, probably finish her off in the third.
Yep.
Yeah. No, you can't pick against Silva here. It would be a major upset if Lipski won this fight.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Moving on to co-main event of the evening, Ryan Spahn, which we haven't seen Ryan Spahn in a while. He's fighting Anthony Lionheart Smith. Who knew he was already back in the saddle? But it's Bogan Guskov. But the guy looks super impressive. They're kind of, they're giving him a tough matchup in Ryan Spahn. So
we got a pink slip on the line.
Was he really impressive?
Well, he beat Rob's boy, right? Rob told us, "Oh, this guy's winning. You can't pick." What's his name, Rob?
Zach Pauga.
Was it Pauga? No, okay, I'm thinking of somebody else. Sorry, I'm thinking of Anthony Smith, more than likely. But but Ryan Spahn, man, I mean, this is a tough matchup here. It's very proper, but Spahn's got that top ranking. I think he's like 10 or 11. Guskov's trying to make a name for himself, and getting a win over Spahn, get that skin over the mantle right there. I don't know. This is very proper co-main for a card like this. So
we've seen the UFC do this a lot, man. Like have events where they're cleaning out the roster, trying to get rid of. I mean, I wouldn't say trying to get rid of them, but a lot of guys fighting for their jobs, and I think Ryan Spann's one of them. Yep. I think this is a tough matchup for Bogdan Guskov, who is a mix. And Nato Moicano said he was a mix between an orc and Anthony Smith. He's like, but I think it's a bad matchup for him, dude. He put away Zach Pauga. It took him a while. Volkan Ozdemir, he lost to that guy. Ryan Spann, he was looking good, bro, when he came out. I don't know, man. He took Anthony Smith to a decision. Nikita Krylov got him in a submission. Bogdan, I think he's just a hitter, dude. He's just going to go out there and try to slug with Spann. Spann is taller, longer, and I think more skilled, man. He's got a lot more, knowledge. I like Bogdan. Don't get me wrong. If he beats him, that's going to be great. But I'm going to go with Spann, and he is the favorite, minus 205 favorite. A lot of people are kind of surprised by that because Spann has dropped 2 in a row. He's minus 195 favorite right now. Bogdan is a plus 160 underdog. I'm going to go with the favorite, Ryan Spann.
I'm going for Anthony Smith.
Yeah, if it does happen though, yeah. If Ryan's, I don't think he will be cut, but he is like right there though. He could see the PFL banner, like you know what I mean, in his dreams and shit. But I'd love to see the Anthony Smith Bogan fight, and I think Dana White and the matchmaking would probably do that because the fans would be calling for it, and it'd be cool as fuck. We're living in those times. We're living in the Twilight Zone, so
That'd be awesome, dude.
Why not make it happen? So, but my pick is
and you know
Ryan
what?
Spann,
They
too.
need to do that, dude. Anthony Smith versus Bogdan Guskov and Julio Arce versus Dan Ige. Huh?
There you go.
No, they need to do no. They could do Rob Font and Julio Arce. They could do that.
Yeah.
I think Rob Font doesn't have a fight book, so they kind of line up. So
Shit.
let's do it.
That'd be dope.
But the main event of the evening, previous guest of ours, friend of the show, Mateus Nicolau against Alex Perez. It was supposed to be Manal Cop. Manal Cop just snake bitten. Yeah, that's just the trend. Anytime the guy is slated to fight, we don't know if he's actually fighting until he steps in the cage. But Rudy, what are the odds on the main event?
Yeah, Matias Nicolau is the first fighter to be paid in Bitcoin. He told us that time he was on our show, but the betting odds minus 180 favorite for Matias Nicolau, plus 150 underdog for Alex Perez. Matias Nicolau lost his last fight to Brandon Royval with a crazy knee. Alex Perez lost his last 3 fights. He hasn't won a fight in nearly 4 years. It was against Juicy Formiga. Yeah, definitely his job's on the line. And he's coming in off short notice. I really don't think he's got much in him after this. I think Matias Nicolau is going to beat him via decision.
Easy.
It's a hard fight
Bro,
decision.
I got Mateus Nicolau KO round 4.
Possible.
Yeah, I like Mateus Nicolau by some type of submission or finish.
Homeboy took Muhammad Makayev to a unanimous decision. You know, so I don't know, man. I like Nicolau, but I think I'm not going to disrespect Perez's skill.
No.
Yeah, and Perez too. I mean, he's a very well coached. Coached Colin Oyama. I actually talked to him the other day. That's Fed Padilla. That's his camp, and I always got love for the Oyama camp. But yeah, in this matchup here, Perez is definitely fighting for his continued employment with the UFC. So he's probably going to bring the fight out. I mean, Nicolau is a straight finisher though. So if this does go to a decision and it goes a 5-rounder, it will be a war. But my pick is Mateus Nicolau by finish under 3 rounds.
I think Nicolau's going to bully him and just beat the shit out of him into a decision, honestly.
Hey, but like I said, if this card outdoes UFC 300, how many bloodbaths would it take? Like 5? It'd have to be the entire main card of just like Dr.
The whole main card has to fill the canvas of blood.
Right?
It'd have to be worse than like, who was it, Jim Miller, and who the fuck did he fight? Where it just looked like somebody got murdered in the cage.
Bobby Green?
No, not Bobby Green. No, that was UFC 300, but it was Jim Miller versus, I forget, but that was the worst like canvas I've ever seen in UFC history. But I'll have to pull it up. I'll send it to you guys in the chat because that was too much blood. Yeah.
So that wraps up the UFC fight night. Mateus Nicolau versus who was it again?
Alex Perez.
Alex Perez. Yeah, but before we wrap things up, now's the time of the show where we ask Mark, what type of Canadian things have you done this week? What's the most Canadian thing you've done this week?
Ate poutine and drank Canada Dry.
You did it at the same time?
And I seen a beaver.
You what?
I seen a beaver.
You shaved a beaver?
I seen a beaver, not shaved a beaver.
Oh, you see a beaver?
Yeah.
In the mirror?
No.
Hey, but I actually drank I drank a Clearly Canadian. One of my coworkers loves Clearly Canadian. He had a whole cooler full of them. I was loving it. I was like, you're my new best friend, because like I hadn't drank that. It reminds me of my childhood.
It's like ginger ale, right?
Yeah, it's like the original seltzer water or sparkling water. And it's better than anything. And it's honestly like $3 for like one individual. It's fucking ridiculous.
It's because it got lead.
I That's about as Canadian as I went this week. But
Yeah.
I'm always down for the clearly Canadians for sure.
I had Canadian bacon.
There you go.
Hey, which is ham.
Or as I like to call it, ham.
Ham. Yeah. And of course,
Yeah.
I had to drink my Canada Dry.
Yep.
I love Canada Dry.
Good stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, you know what? We need to make our own brand of like Mexican water. Oh, we do have it though. We can just bottle it from the straight from the Rio Grande River. It's Mexican water.
That's Juarez water right there, bro.
Not unfiltered Rio Grande fucking water. You know what I mean?
Unfiltered.
That's gross.
Oh, thanks.
Oh shit. All right, guys. Well, that's it for the show, fellas. Thank you very much. Shout out to Julio Arce for jumping on the show, and thanks for everybody that's been commenting on our live stream as well. Shout out to Joey. So thanks for everybody that's watching and or listening. Really do appreciate your support. David, you know what to do, brother.
Yes, indeed. Another one in the books. Another Thursday night, sitting ringside, Fight Book MMA. For all the latest combat sports news around the world, around the clock, you know where to go. It's fightbookmma.com. For all our previous content, wherever you get your podcasts, look us up, sitting ringside, Fight Book MMA. Be sure to like, subscribe, share. We do appreciate that. For myself, Dave Rodriguez, Mark Avenue Miller up north, Rudy Lara, producer at Hand Down South, and Roberto the Boss, El Jefe, out in the 505. We are out. Enjoy the fights. Later.
We can't hear it, Rudy. We can't hear the music.
We know what's playing.